What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Umamusume video, and we are back with Gentildonna, as I am pretty much just winding down the list of Umas I'd be using or will be wanting to use on the next CM coming up. Was it next week? So decided to bring Gentildonna back. Obviously, the main reason is because in the last CM I did forget to bring her to the finals, and that was all my fault. So just want to try to give her a little redemption on my part, because she did nothing wrong. Matter of fact, she was the reason why I made it to Group A last time. So it was kind of funny that I didn't bring her into the finals, but here we are, back with Gentildonna, and we are using the UD7 Teo that I did train earlier this week, because she does have a little bit more white factors than the UC one that I normally do use as a parent. So we're going to be using the UD7, so pretty much the same parents in a sense, along with the gold ship friend parent that I normally use. And as for the setup, nothing's changed, pretty much the same thing as the Teo one, as always, using the Symboli Rudolph Wise card as the friend card, along with my 2 speed cards, the usual ones, Duramente and Kita, the same 2 stamina cards, Air Shakur and Super Creek, and also Nishino Flower Power card. And that's pretty much a setup. Nothing's changed as always. So we're just gonna get the run started. Well, before we do get the run started and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. I was like, is the game gonna load? But yes, the Discord server link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined the circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the Discord server, to the circle request channel, and let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. That would be pretty much it. So I guess that would be the obvious option since majority of the supports are there. And as I get the comments loaded up, let me just, I don't think I've ever gotten that in the beginning of a Gentildonna training. I don't know what that was, because that was honestly the first time I seen it. Let me see if I could see it. And what it is, real quick, before I start going over the comments. What was that? That was this one. Yeah, I've never gotten good practice off the rip from Gentildonna in the beginning. That is quite interesting because it just caught me off guard. But I do have the comments loaded up. Nothing has been held for review or anything of the sorts. So we're going to start going over the comments. Starting off with Rick's comment. After I do this turn right here. And Rick's comment says, we know that Aguri is getting the spotlight this year with the Cinderella Grey manga adaptation. Is there an Uma or multiple Umas that you want to see them be the protagonist of an anime/movie? I said it long ago, but I would love to see Symboli Rudolph and Katsuragi Ace as a protag. I do agree with the Symboli Rudolph one. I believe Nova had mentioned this in the past as well. I think his other option was Marzensky. The only issue I see with Marzensky, if I'm remembering her career, or I guess technically his career correctly, that it wasn't fairly long. It was 2 years and didn't run that many races. And from what I noticed, the way Uma has been, I guess, showing the, are choosing their pro tags and all that are those who do medium to long distance. As we start off with like Special Week in season 1, and then Teo and McQueen in season 2. I was gonna say Hida-san and Daya. I guess mainly Kida, but Daya was a part of it. I guess you could say Duramente as well, and all that for season 3. And then also, if you're talking about like the movie, assuming Jungle Pocket medium distance as well. And then for Road to the Top with Top Road, obviously the Triple Crown races, so medium to long distance. So from what it seems, it does seem like they do heavily focus on the medium to long distance, mainly those who can participate in the Triple Crown series, as well as the what is it? What was it called again? Tenosha Spring, that one. The reason why I say Tenosha Spring as well is because they also started on the other manga series, Star Blossom, which is focused on Sakura Laurel, if I remember correctly. So it seems like there is a specific, like that's probably the main things they look for. Probably also because they had longer careers and all that, I think. I wouldn't mind seeing the Star Blossom one with Sakura Laurel, but I think that's going to be an obvious thing later in the future. But besides Simile Rudolph, Katsuragi Ace getting the spotlight would probably have her get some ground back off, because on my rankings at least, because she hasn't fallen significantly, but she's fallen quite a good amount because I have nothing really to I can't use her because I don't have her. So she kind of just been like, I guess, MIA in a sense. But if I were to choose an Uma, I mean, I wouldn't mind Gentildonna. The reason being is that it also expands a bit more on Gold Chip, even though I don't necessarily have Gold Chip up there. It just seems like an interesting story because there seems to be a rivalry there, along with Orfev. So I think we'll get like, I think it would be more centered towards Gold Chip though if they were to go that route, which wouldn't be a bad thing, simply because since they like to focus on Team Spica members when it comes to the seasons, at least if we're just talking about like the first 3 seasons, then getting to know Gold Chip's backstory would also, in a way, let us see Gentildonna and Orfev. I think also Wind Variation and her obviously would probably get a good chunk of races, hopefully, if they would do it, since her career was way longer than, to say, like Marzansky. Nova had also responded saying, Vivlos and Vexina, I feel like season 3 robbed their screen time with the emo sister. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily robbed, because they weren't, part of Kita's, I guess you could say Kita's race history, you could say. I wouldn't say robbed, it was just unfortunate timing because they weren't a part of it. Obviously, they just weren't part of it. So just them being there, just because they are Cheval's sisters, or half sisters in a sense. And then also he says, but I'd also like to see an OVA or something dedicated to Lark. I like the scenario a lot, so getting an anime for that would be cool. speaking about Lark, then it'd probably be a gold ship one if you want to see Lark also as well, because obviously we all know that she did participate in it. Plus, I think with gold ship's popularity, I feel like maybe they will do one about her. I'm not sure, but I guess for now we just have a Guri cap coming up. But other than that, thank you for the comment, Rick, and Nova for replying. And for the next batch of comments, it will be from Nova. Just give me a quick sec before I start. And the first one says, speaking of Counterside, their next game, Project Star, is coming in 2025. I haven't even heard of it, I think. Have I heard of it? Project Star. After I do this, I guess we have to do this as well. Project Star. Maybe or maybe I have seen something about it. I'm not sure. Oh, we failed that training. Interesting. Which I think it's okay because it's just the beginning. If it was later on, then yeah, I don't think I've ever seen or heard anything about Project Star, to be quite honest. Unfortunate that we did not get training there, plus it wasn't even that bad, so but it's whatever. Yeah, I never heard of Project Star. If it's still like Counterside related, like a sequel or something, I probably won't play it. Probably won't play it. But I'm still cautious about it because I don't believe Studio B-Side has enough funds to support 2 gotchas at the moment since they lost their connection to Nexon. Ooh. Was actually not aware of that. And then Danmachi is a great harem, but I feel like the plot is way too complicated for a harem anime. Look at 100 Girlfriends. It's just raw harem. Well, if you think about the settings, then yeah, it'd be more complicated than what 100 Girlfriends has. So you're not wrong, because even though a harem is present in Danmachi, there is still a story behind all that. Because even though there is a harem, I don't think that is the main focal point of Danmachi. At least from what I remember, that's just my impression of it. If we're trying to make it a focus on the harem aspect, there's different elements to Danmachi, whereas 100 Girlfriends, you know. Miyabi is just easier to use than Yanagi, in my opinion. This is based on all the time the scenario forced me to use her. I just think she's not for me overall. Well, with the fact that using Miyabi is fairly easier than Yanagi is true, but Yanagi is not that far off from being too hard to use compared to Miyabi. It's just Miyabi just better than Yanagi, I would say, but their gameplay or playstyle is not too far apart from each other. At least that's how I see it based on when I've used Yanagi before Miyabi came out. So But the Bernice ult followed by Miyabi's feels pretty good. I just remember that you still have to level the disc, and I was looking at Zhuyuan's disc to find out I have every elemental damage except Ether Boost. It's Genshin Artifact all over again. Actually, you reminded me that when I was looking, because I did mention that I was looking at my builds for older characters, I guess you could say older characters, in Zenless, because of the other game mode. I forgot what it's called still. And yeah, my Juju one doesn't have ether on her disc 6, no, disc 5. Yeah, disc 5. I think I just have attack on her. So I do still have some fixing up there. I also need to check up on some others, like I mentioned, Lucy, to see if I did finish building. And then I guess Qingyi as well, but I'm pretty sure my Qingyi is just fine when it comes to her build, I think. And then also I need to level up their passive skills. Basically the A2F skills, whatever it is. I need to make sure that those are leveled up, but I've been focusing on farming for Ashriel and farming other stuff for other characters, just so I actually have more options to use compared to before, because I think after Shuyuan and Qingyi, I don't know who else I would actually need. I think those two primarily, and I guess you could add Ellen to the mix, because I wouldn't mind having Ellen built and ready just in case I need more than one ice. Like recently, I think I would have probably had a bit easier time if either Ellen or Zhuyuan was completely built. But it's alright. Still managed to pull through. It's Genshin artifacts all over again. I mean, it's Hoyo, so I'm really not surprised. Really not surprised. All I can say is that the twin storyline reeks of human experimentation. After learning Harumasu's backstory, it makes me think that Zenless is touching into those dark subject matter. I mean, wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised, since we've already seen a good example of it in Harumasu's backstory, but at the same time, I think it also lies on their backstory to see how their teacher, I guess, took care of them. In a sense, it seems like he did take care of them, but they seem really, really close. As for human experimentation, probably not as bad if we're talking about the twins. I guess the twins compared to Armasa, since the only thing we know about the two is pretty much the eye implants, which is related to, I guess, the Bangboos. Well, being able to remotely control. Remotely? I guess that's the right word, right? Control the Bangboos just from the HDD. Other than that, there doesn't seem like there's anything else besides that. I don't know if any I wouldn't think there's any other things besides that, because I mean, based on their I guess Bell in this case, because I don't know about Wise's, but on the scene where in Sons of Caledon, when they were with Billy and they got attacked, it doesn't seem like they are pretty, they don't work out and all that. So I wouldn't say they have anything besides their eye implants. At least that's what I think. Other than that, they just seem like normal human beings. And then that explosion part just made me think they have some powers to the twins that are unexplained. The fairy AI part has not been the focal point since chapter 1, so I'm guessing they will expand on that. Oh yeah, obviously, because it seems like there's more than one. It seems like there's more than one, I think. Obviously, fairy is the code name. At least is what I think. And I think there's going to be multiple other ones. But I don't know about some powers. I don't know. I think we'll. I don't know if we'll get an explanation on it, but maybe we will get some kind of explanation on why they were able to survive that explosion. Because it was point blank. So we do need some explaining there. Keyword he, eh? I already know what this is about. But yes, keyword is he. It's not that I dislike Brent as a character, but a dude nonetheless. Well, I still would pull for him for my Chun-Li, as he's a cooler character than Lighter. I think you're just mainly doing this for Chun-Li. Yeah, the main reason I see here is just mainly for Chun-Li, but he is a cool character. But also two complete different characters when it comes, we're comparing it to Lighter. Oh, you said he's also a cooler character. I already said that. I think I'll be able to get the upgrade exam. Should be fine. I don't think I need to pull on any of these reruns since I only skipped Zezha and Jian, which I believe was the same for me as well. Right? I believe in Wuthering Waves we've pulled pretty much on the same banners. Right? Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was the same characters. Yeah. Realizing that there wasn't that many characters to begin with. Because it only went up to 1 point. Forgot how long. But yeah. It was short. Oops. I actually neglected those modes in Zenless like the Tower and Shiyu defense. I'm not motivated to do them because my team is all over the place. I don't have every element built yet with Ashley Yao. I do think my Zhuyuan will pop off. Well, yes, being essentially the other ether character. Nonetheless, also a support, which basically replaces Nicole. Yeah. Ooh. Said I think I would be able to make it, but for looking at my energy and this, it does not look good. It does not look good. I don't even think I could get the 36. And the reason why I rested is because if I can do the overdrive or whatever it's called, it would probably give me a better chance of getting it down to 0%. Which it probably will, since there is a level or one of them that goes to 10. But if I could do it off, nope. Not this one again. I actually had, kind of high hopes for this run, not gonna lie, regardless of the failed training in the beginning. Because we already had an S with speed. I'm not gonna make this a group. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Although We're gonna see how the rest of the run goes. That's the only issue. We're just gonna have to see how the rest of the run goes. But yeah, actually I will be able to support Zhiyun really well being same element. But I think I don't really know her kit, but I think in general she might just be one of the better supports late on for any character, since obviously the supports can be used even if it's not the same element. I'm just gonna see how this run goes. But I'm surprised you haven't even at least done Shiyu defense, because it resets every 2 weeks. You get obviously free currency out of it, so that's quite surprising how you haven't even attempted it. Even if you don't go all the way, you still get something out of it. I think I have to admit that I'm very lacking in the skills department in Wuwa and Zenless. I find myself unable to dodge every attack and need a healer basically. So I need more OP characters that will make my life easier. Oh, the swiping gods be with me on this venture as I'm getting Phoebe, the circus dude, and Zani. I will say I don't dodge every attack. Especially in Wuwa, where I feel like the need for a healer is much needed compared to Zenless, where I don't think it's needed as much, honestly speaking. In Wuwa, obviously, I have nearly died in many situations if it wouldn't have been for a healer. But it also depends on what I'm doing, because some of them just hit really hard. So if I get hit like 2-3 times, I'm pretty much dead. Whereas in Zenless, I mean, I do enjoy the dodging mechanic on both games. I don't mind them at all. I think. But I don't dodge every attack. There's going to be some moments where I do mistime a dodge, so I'll probably just dodge for no reason. More so maybe just waiting for the attack, so I'll just be running, dodging nothing. But yes, I will be pulling for Phoebe. That is a given. I think for sure skipping Brand. I think. Only because I don't know if I want to get support needed for Chun-Li, only because Chun-Li has been perfectly fine even without it. And then yeah, I think I will be most likely pulling for Zani as well. Did 24% back-to-back recently for Uma training without failing, so I don't know what's going on with your RNG and Uma. I mean, it's nothing new, so it's nothing new, so I can't really question it. It has been kind of the norm at this point. And then I heard mixed reviews for Genshin New Story, and I thought Natlan was the best region so far. But some people don't appreciate it. The one thing they say about having motorcycles in the tribalistic nation is kind of weird, not gonna lie. For me, I do really like Natlan as well, and I think I will agree with it being the best region so far. Not having, I don't have hate towards Fontaine. Sumeru is kind of just whatever to me, in my opinion. Obviously, I like Inazuma, and I didn't mind Liwa in general. Well, Mondstadt was kind of just the beginning, so I really don't care much for it. But yes, I do agree that Natlan is probably the best region so far. Probably my favorite one. Well, probably because it's also recency bias, but it is what it is. Although this is probably the first region since Inazuma where I did like multiple characters off the rip. So a lot of the hate for Natland just comes towards many things that I don't think is necessary, but it's the Genshin community we're talking about, and they're toxic as hell. There's definitely way more hate towards it rather than appreciation for how Natlan is. But I do like Natlan. I feel like I didn't finish the story yet, but from what I've played already in the story, besides the last part of the Archon story, definitely way more on the, I guess, serious compared to, well, I wouldn't say Fontaine, but I'm not saying like the stories on the past regions weren't serious or too serious. I just feel like this one really showed like how bad it is in a sense. I just don't really want to further expand on it just in case. As for the whole motorcycles thing, I have no issues with it. I mean, they're acting like there's no, I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird how they would complain of that just for based on the region, when if you look around the other regions, there's what cars? Is there a car? Fontaine probably does. Like there's trains, boats. Oh, I don't really see what's the issue of having a motorcycle in a sense. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's just the community being what they're known for, being toxic as hell. And then yeah, GFL 2 polls are coming tonight. It's back-to-back gacha after going for pity and Neuro Cloud last night. So wish me luck. Oh, I did. I don't know if I mentioned it on last night, or I guess 2 nights ago, with Star Rail. I did pull for the Herda, because that's what they are, just Herda in general. If I'm gonna say your name, because saying the Herda would be weird for those especially who hasn't played the game. It'd be weird. Why is her name the Herda? But I would say I barely scraped by, because I pretty much use most of my I wouldn't say pretty much. I did use most of my Stellar Jades, if not all of it. And the only reason why I was able to, I guess, pull for her is because I didn't realize they gave a free 10 pull. So I did get the free 10 pull, and that last 10 pull was what triggered the pull and won the 50-50. Although I don't have any currency to pull for the light cone, I do have to make a decision on whether I would continue pulling for the rest of this phase or save up for the next phase, because I think they're releasing the first Remembrance character in phase 2. So I got to keep that in mind. I definitely need to keep that in mind currently. But I did win the 50-50 there, which is great. And next week would be... Is it next week? I think Zenless is next week as well. I think, hold on, let me actually check. If Genshin's next week, then Zenless should be next week. Although I don't have to worry about anything about Genshin because it's all just reruns. Oh yeah, Ash Royale is next week. In 5 days and 21 hours according to this timer that I found. How am I supposed to do 322? I don't know. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm tripping because obviously, yeah, how much? 10 turns. Well, let's see if we can make it work after resting here because I don't want to risk failing a training. Well, let's see if we can make it work. Because we have no choice but to do this, but as for GFL 2, who was we getting released? Dion, right? Or I guess she's probably released by now. Since I'm going over the comments. Let me. Will I be pulling for her? Maybe. They'll give me another option. Because currently, she would probably replace Mozen Nagant if I were to pick. Probably, just like in general. If we're like a team of 5, I think she would replace her. At least that's what I'm thinking. Because right now, if we're like a team of 5, if I'm just using the, I guess 5 stars, we'll just call them, or S ranks, however you want to call them. I've been using pretty much just all 5 that I have, or I guess not 5 that I have, but the main 5 I've been using is Mozen Nagant, Sabrina, Tuomi, Macchiato, and Yongju. Not really using Vepli or Papasha. Is that her name? So yeah. I wouldn't mind pulling for Dion simply because she's just a damage dealer, right? It'd probably, yeah, most likely replace Mozen Nagant if I was gonna pick a 5. Although I haven't decided whether or not I should build Vepli, but I don't know. Although there's probably like a 4-star or elite character, a purple unit character that's probably better than them. I'm not too sure. Than her. But I do feel the need to build a second team because of one of the other game modes that I saw, and I was like, wait, I ain't ready for this. I ain't ready for this. One of the other things, I don't know what it's called exactly, but I'm aware that we need like 8 characters at least, I think. So I think I will pull for Dion. When Rick mentioned sports anime, the one anime I remembered watching is Squash in 2009. The anime that combined basketball and mecha. That does not sound familiar to me at all. There was a time when anime isn't as plentiful as the fishes in the sea, so I just watched whatever. Yeah, this anime felt like an acid trip, not gonna lie. I think I may have seen the name, clicked on it when I was looking for sports anime, saw basketball mecha maybe, and erased it from my memory. That's probably why. That's probably why. But Slam Dunk and Kuroko no Basket, definitely really good. At least as a basketball fan myself, I also did quite enjoy it. There's a third one. I forgot what it was called though. Although I haven't heard anything else about it. Probably didn't get as much good feedback out of it. I don't know. That's at least the what I think based on it not being having not heard anything about it. for a while, like a couple years, probably more. Oh yeah, but yeah, I do agree. Anime wasn't as plentiful back then compared to now. My taste is just a Hanga Changa Boogalooga Mamma Mia. I mean, that was so painfully obvious, which limits a good chunk of who you want to pull, especially in, I guess, games like Pretty Derby. But let's just do this because it just brings it down to 0 and I don't have to worry about it. And if it wasn't obvious on how much you... I mean, I do like Chun-Li a lot, but, you know. Which is why I'm not surprised you would pull for Zani. Don't need to explain myself there. So yeah. So yeah. I just need to find time to catch up on the new reverse story. I don't know. I don't want to say the whole 1999. It's just weird. Even though it is the name of the game, but reverse story as well as the HBR stuff. I do need to catch up on HBR still. It is, I'm still behind. Not gonna lie, not gonna deny it. Um, reverse, I do need to catch up with the event. I haven't done anything about it. New chapter is coming out soon. Wua has been keeping me busy. Honestly, Zenless has been keeping me busy since on my free time I've just been trying to finish the events that are present, which thankfully I did finish it, so I don't have to worry about Zenless anymore, even though it's the last couple days. So good to know that I don't have to worry about it, and I can either do Genshin or Wua. Oh, we didn't get an S in medium distance. Damn. So yeah, I might have to do some multi gacha games at the same time if I want to do reverse and other stuff. So yeah. Oh, I gotta add Star Rail to the mix because apparently the new story is gonna take like 8 hours. So that's, I don't even know how I'm gonna catch up on that one day. It's 8 hours. I still need to do extra trainings or Pretty Derby, so obviously I will be multitasking with this, but dang. Now that Neural Cloud released another major event after they butchered the translation for the last one, I was afraid they would butcher this one too, but it's fine. It's just that I had to skip all the dialogue from the previous event until they fix it in the future. I'd rather skip it than read that AI generated crap. Yeah, they probably just most likely put it in like Chat GPT or something like that. And then lastly, just did my score challenge for HBR event. Well, it's fire this time, so my Ruka is popping off. Don't know if I have time to read the full event, but we'll try tomorrow. Uh, I'm just trying here. I'm just trying to make it work. But I haven't really touched anything too like the event in general in HBR. Ooh, we need to get stamina and well, I guess power is good now, but stamina and Y is up there, but this would probably be the best option. Simply, I just want to make sure I go down to completing that, so I'm just gonna do it. But other than that, that is pretty much it for the comments from Nova. Appreciate it as always. And this does give stamina a good chunk, so I just hope I can get a wise training in the next one. That way I don't have to worry about, although it's not as much. Not as much. I could risk the 23. Yeah, I say risk because knowing my luck when it comes to RNG in these pools, in this training, it'll probably most likely fail. But I'll do it. Cool. And then lastly, haven't seen you comment in a while. That's a comment from Ren. Welcome back. Nice to see you here in the comment section again. I'm just gonna rest here. Or let me try doing this. Is that run Mecha Umamusume? It should be. It's in the title, also in the thumbnail, and based on uh based on the gameplay. Yeah, it should be. It should be. I see you doing the thing, and I get S rank every time for me on the new scenario. I mean, I guess that's good, but S rank as in aptitudes? Is that what you're talking about when it comes to S rank? That's the only thing I could think of other than an training result at the end. But I don't think you're talking about that based on the next part of your comment. So I'm assuming you mean aptitudes, which if you're getting it every time, that's a good thing. But give me a quick sec here to this. I think I should probably just do this. Yeah. I always get UF to UE5 doing it. I'm not even able to reach UE9, so I'm not sure if it's just me or what. Maybe I don't have enough skills or something. But how'd you get UD7 on Tokai? I seem to be absolute garbage at the end of the run. I have 3,000 skill points 98% of the time, so I'm like so confused. Please help. Huh. I wouldn't say you're absolute garbage. I had my moment in Great Food Festival. I wouldn't know based on your setup, because I don't know if you've been getting support cards. Obviously that plays a role there to help. That's one of the realizations I had, obviously, when I was having my moment in Great Food Festival, but I still managed to pull through as well. Support cards, if you're not using max limit broken ones, basically, I mean, yeah, max limit broken ones, that might be thing. Or if you're not using a few of the good cards, that could be another thing. Your parents, maybe, I'm not sure, because Nova just, even though he doesn't have decent to good parents from what it sounds like, he just manages to pull through with support cards. So yeah, I would say either that, or if you want to go to, there's also the skill, the amount of skills you have, because obviously the more skills you have, it also will pitch into the overall training result, as we've seen from the abundance of skills that Eugen would get from a training, and especially his high rank ones. It would probably be like heavily on the skill side, but that's also thanks to the fact that he also does parents as well. I don't know about recently because he's been busy. 3,000 is not bad, honestly, but if you can get a little bit more, that would be good. Also, it could also come down to the event options. Maybe I usually like to favor the skill point options just so I can get more down the line, which is why I think I've been getting more than 3,000 on good runs. I think most of the time, to be honest. I just haven't really been looking at it. And also the parents. And then obviously the RNG of the run in general. But if you've been getting UF to UE5 and most of the time 3,000 skill points, you just probably would have to fine tune some things depending on your options and then also your setup. It all comes down to that, honestly. It all comes down to that, honestly. This is the last one, so I think the save option would be... Now, I don't know if I'll be able to get the overdrive boost. Good one for the Ura finals, but I'm just going to do this because this gives 0. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to consider whether it's your support cards, because from what I've heard in the comment section, at least, because I haven't really been looking at the Discord recently, from what I've heard, it just seems like you've mainly been pulling for Umas. At least that's what it sounds like. So if you can, I don't know what support cards you have, so I don't know if your setup is how your setup is. But I think you also play with the translations, so I'm pretty sure you pick the right options when it comes down to event choices. So the main thing is pretty much, well, obviously RNG, but at this point it doesn't seem like RNG. It just seems like probably something within your setup, because if you've been just constantly getting UF to UE5, it probably has something to do with either support cards, maybe the parents, because, well, I would say the parents, because if you don't have the support cards, then the parents would have some kind of something to do with it as well. And that's pretty much the main two I can think of, because other than that, it just all comes down to the RNG of the run. At least that's how I see it. I could be wrong, but yeah, it would have to come down to primarily the support cards, the parents, and just how the run goes. Maybe even event choices. The reason why I say parents is because of the factors and all that. The more the better. And also if there's specific good factors, but that's more of a Eugen question, I would say. At least, and that's what I would say. Eugen, or maybe even Tanoki. No, not or even not maybe, but probably even Tanoki. I think I can do this. We'll make it a 17 for sure. And then I can do stamina from there, or even guts. And then it was nice seeing you, Shushu. It was nice seeing you here in the comment section as well. Hopefully what I said helps, but obviously I think it'll be better to ask around in the Discord server, as you'll probably get multiple responses as well, or multiple opinions, which I could probably take a look now since I didn't mention it. But before I do, let me just hold on. But before I do, I just want to, there's no more comments, so I just want to finish it off with saying thank you, Ren, Nova, and Rick, for the comments. I appreciate it as always. And then, oh wait, I guess Nova says, holy, that's a wild Ren. It was. It just appeared out of nowhere, because it's been such a long time since I seen a comment from Ren. But yes, thank you, Nova, Ren, and Rick, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And now I can take a quick glance. See. I honestly wouldn't know, to be honest. There's just too much to go look over, especially if I was to do right now. But in general, I would say that would probably be the main thing to look out for. But yes, just ask around in Discord. Either, I don't know, I just feel like that'll be the best option to ask rather than the comments, because I don't know how often you watch the videos since you haven't been commenting as often. It's also another thing. So yeah, it would be better to ask in Discord for that. But that would be the only things I can think of. Even though that's pretty much probably the main things to think of as well. But I did see a glimpse where I did see that you got Rudolph to level 35. A lot of help comes down to using max limit broken cards if we're talking about support cards, especially towards the good cards. So like I said, I don't know what your setup is, so it probably will rely on that primarily. And seeing I do have 3,400, I think the most I've gotten was probably 3,700. I think on my UC runs. Well, let me just get these out of the way. There is a chance this might be a good Gentildonna just based on my stats, so we'll see. Although I don't have any S aptitudes, so that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Unless I got it in turf without realizing it, but I guess that'll be better than nothing. Nope, I don't want that. Sure, why not? I don't remember if it was good track conditions. Was it? No, it was bad track conditions. I keep forgetting. I have the assumption that it's always good track. We can get straight skill. Then 156. Let me see if I can grab something. I don't know whose this is. I'm just curious to see if this is worth getting. Speed skill. And then this, but I don't think I can. Let me see if I can quickly go through this. Quickly, because there's so many uniques in the game. Maybe I should have started for the most recent ones, but you never know. And there's also the chance that I might just skip through it, so let's hope I don't. Let's hope I don't. I mean, there's probably a medium distance or leader skill I can probably just grab right now, but I just want to see what this one is. I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know. How long is this list? I don't even know whose is this, so I don't want to. I don't want to keep looking. Unfortunately, I don't know. So, actually, I found it. Oh, it's special weeks. Huh, that's actually not bad. At least in my opinion. At least in my opinion. So we'll just go leave off with that. If it decides to connect. And we're just gonna see how it ends. Obviously, this has been my, besides Teo, my best recent run compared to Duramente, Cap, and the other bad runs. So a UD4 could be better. Obviously, could have had an S aptitude. I think just like, I don't even remember if my Teo actually had S aptitude. For some odd reason, I feel like it doesn't. For some odd reason, I feel like it doesn't. I'm just gonna pick the medium distance one. It is what it is. I think it would have been better with a bit higher guts, but stamina was so high already. This is, I guess, so high, yeah, for stamina with 1500. Maybe more on power, but granted, my power card isn't max limit broken, but it still works because obviously I'm getting help from speed, but also wise could probably be a little bit higher, probably maxed out at 1300 something, but ended off with 1759 speed, 1502 stamina, 1359 power, 806 on guts, and 1220 on wise. And nothing really much to say because I don't have S aptitudes, and UD4 is kind of lower than the UD. Well, that's for long distance, so I don't even know if I've gotten a UD5 or higher for medium distance Gentildonna, so I'm gonna be probably working on Gentildonna or training Gentildonna more on my free time whenever that is. But that is my third best one. So yeah, these two should be the long distance ones, I believe. So this is most likely my best medium distance Gentildonna. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys have been up to, and just in general, whether it's life in general, other games, or anything of the sorts, anime. It doesn't have to be about Pretty Derby, but if you have anything to talk about or ask, just let me know down in the comment section. Obviously, I'll go over it as long as it's appropriate. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle and are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I am in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle, not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.